The night it all happened began with a thunderstorm rolling over the highway like a warning. But before we dive into the chaos, let me tell you something: what you're about to hear isn't just a story. It's a reminder of how one moment can change lives forever. And trust me, by the time you reach the end, you'll feel every heartbeat, every tear, and every ounce of justice. So if you're ready, hit that like button, subscribe, and join me, because this one is unforgettable. Emily Turner never imagined that danger could find her in the simplest moments of life. She was the wife of Logan "Steel" Turner, the vice president of the Iron Shadows Motorcycle Club, known for their loyalty, discipline, and a strict code. Though the club looked intimidating, they weren't criminals. They protected their community, helped people struggling on the streets, and stood up for those who had no one else. Emily admired them deeply. She loved their unity, their code of honor, and most of all, the brotherhood that had embraced her. That evening, Emily was heading home after volunteering at a community center. She carried 2 small boxes, books for kids who needed them. Her car had broken down earlier that day, so she decided to walk the last stretch to the clubhouse, just a few blocks away. But life has a way of turning quiet moments into storms. As she passed an alley, she noticed 3 men leaning against a graffiti-covered wall, their eyes following her like predators hunting prey. She kept walking, heart thudding, pretending she didn't notice. But the sound of heavy footsteps behind her froze her in place. The tallest one grabbed her arm. "Hey sweetheart," he sneered, breath heavy with alcohol, "were you headed so fast?" Emily tried to pull away, but the men circled her. They mocked her, grabbed her handbag, shoved her against the wall. One pushed her so hard she fell, scraping her hands. She begged them to stop, voice trembling. These men weren't just thugs, they were looking for trouble, and they thought they found an easy target. They didn't know who she was. When one of them reached for her necklace, the one Logan gave her on their anniversary, Emily's fear flared into anger. "Don't touch that," she snapped, pushing his hand away. The thug smirked and slapped her, knocking her to the ground again. "Wrong answer," he whispered, but then the sound came. A low rumble at first, then louder. A roar. Engines, multiple. The thugs turned around, confused, as the street filled with the growl of motorcycles approaching. Headlights cut through the darkness like vengeful stars. The Iron Shadows emerged from the storm, black vests, steel helmets, and a presence that made even the bravest men tremble. In the center was Logan. He jumped off his bike before it even fully stopped. His eyes locked onto Emily, bruised, shaken, clutching her necklace, and something inside him snapped. "What did you do to my wife?" His voice was low, almost calm, but deadly. The thugs tried to run, but the club members surrounded them with terrifying precision. One biker stepped forward, blocking the exit. Another took the thugs' weapons from their pockets and tossed them aside. The tallest thug stuttered, "We didn't know she was with you." "That's the problem," Logan growled, "you shouldn't have touched her at all." The bikers didn't lay a single finger on the men, they didn't need to. Their presence alone made the thugs collapse in fear. Instead, Logan dragged the men to the center of the street where the storm rain poured down like judgment. "You want to hurt people," he said coldly. "Tonight, you face the consequences." He forced them to apologize to Emily, and when she whispered, "I just want to go home," Logan softened immediately. That was her power. She was the only one who could calm the fire inside him. He handed the men over to the local sheriff, who had long worked with the Iron Shadows to keep the community safe. The thugs were arrested on the spot. Back at the clubhouse, the brothers gathered around Emily. They treated her wounds gently, offered her water, blankets, comfort, like a family should. But Logan didn't leave her side for a moment. He held her close, whispering apologies even though none of this was his fault. Emily touched his cheek, her voice steady despite the fear she had endured. "Logan, I'm safe. Because of you. Because of them." She looked around at the bikers, tough men with soft hearts. When it came to her, that night, something changed in the club. They decided to strengthen their patrols, protect the community even more fiercely, and ensure no woman ever walked alone in danger. The event sparked a movement. Local residents began trusting the club more, joining their volunteer programs, and working together to clean up the streets. What started as a moment of violence turned into a wave of unity, but the most powerful change happened inside Emily. Instead of letting fear steal her confidence, she became an even stronger voice in her neighborhood. She organized safety groups, worked with teens who were at risk of falling into gang life, and turned her pain into purpose. And Logan? He learned that protecting someone isn't just about showing power, it's about showing love, patience, and presence. Every time he looked at Emily, he found a reason to be better. The thugs eventually confessed to more crimes and received long sentences. But Emily didn't celebrate their downfall. She prayed they would change someday, just like she believed anyone could if given the right chance. So here's the truth at the heart of this story: sometimes darkness hits you when you least expect it. But when you stand together, when loyalty and love rise above fear, you become unstoppable. And you, yes, you listening right now, you have that strength inside you too. If this story moved you, if you felt even one heartbeat of Emily's courage or Logan's devotion, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share this story with someone who needs hope today. Because in the end, real power isn't in fists or fear, it's in standing up for what's right, and that's what the Iron Shadows will always do, always.